Ryan Colcord here, realtor with Marples and Associates. I'm also the showing agent for the Marples Property Management Company. You're watching this and you registered for our home ownership goals workshop on Tuesday, May 12th from 6 to 7:15 p.m. I want to first of all congratulate you and commend you on taking that first step. Purchasing the home, the buying process, the lending process. It's all the fundamentals, the basics, the 101 course of the home buying process and home ownership. And you'll have a lender there answer all your lending questions. Also, we'll have a credit restoration specialist on site if needed, so it's very, very helpful. I've been helping a lot of renters convert to home ownership, getting them into owning homes rather than renting. And I have several people with our credit restoration specialists now. We're just months away. Some just came out, and actually some are probably more like days or weeks away from getting their credit restored and out there home shopping with me. RSVP is totally free. We'd like to see you in person. We need the RSVP so we can get a head count, make sure we have an adequate space for room, and we also like to provide some food and refreshments. And then I kind of wanted to give you, if you might have seen me at an open house at one of our rentals, we manage about 1,000 rental properties, so I see a lot of people every day. A lot of people curious about home ownership and how it works, and just reluctant or hesitant or fearful to take that first step. I want to kind of encourage you to not be so intimidated, to overcome that fear and just really walk you through the process. It's really, home ownership changed my life, so I have a passion for helping buyers get into their homes and like I said, and hopefully better themselves rather than renting. A few key tips on home ownership compared to renting that a lot of people overlook. The biggest thing is a lot of people are always, probably the number one fear is just rejection. They're not ready. Consult with the mortgage lender. I have a preferred lender, the one at Rob O'Malley, a preferred rate. A lot of people, I have them reach out to them, and if you don't take that first step to get that mortgage conversation, it's kind of like, look at it like a physical checkup, going to the doctor. You need to see where you are and where you're at, and then they will guide you and let you know what you need to do. And if you need a credit restoration guy, we can assist with that. Most people are often ready, more often than not, and they don't know it. A lot of people think you need that 700 plus credit score to get a pre-approved, which is not the case. Over our class, we'll go over the, why having a good credit score, why it's beneficial and why that helps. But overall, you don't need such a high credit score, and a lot of people don't know that. Also, the big thing a lot of people don't realize is interest rates. Everyone's waiting for interest rates to drop or saving money. If you're like one of that 1 or 2% that actually could save money in a year or two for a down payment, I definitely commend you for that. Most people won't do it, and I got to be honest with you, unless you're really, really super disciplined, you probably won't. So owning a home is really a great way to save money, because real estate historically appreciates from 4 to 8% each year. So when you purchase a home, you get it at that purchase price, that fixed price, and your value most likely in equity is going to go up each year. So you can obtain access eventually to that money, that equity that you have in there, and you could so you have via an equity loan, home line of credit, etc. And so a lot of times it's actually in an internal savings plan within, and you're just basically saving money on paper just by paying your mortgage. Also, the biggest thing too, the one thing that people don't realize is they look at, on a mortgage, and a fixed mortgage, your interest rate's only going to go down. So your mortgage payment on a fixed rate will never change. It's going to stay the same. Where if you're renting a home, most likely every year the homeowner is going to send you a lease renewal, and they're going to try to increase the rent most of the time. If you're lucky, you have a cool landlord, maybe keeps you there and doesn't raise the rent. But over time, usually every year they're going to raise the rent. And I got to, on the inside note is they're raising your rent, but if they're on a fixed mortgage for that home that they own that they're renting to you, their mortgage payment didn't go up, so they're just making more and more money, and you're just helping them pay their principal down. So if you purchase a home, you get a fixed rate, and let's just say interest rates are 6.5% now, and then a year or two later they drop to 5.5%. You can always refinance, so your mortgage payment's only going to get lower. So it's very beneficial for a homeowner. That's what happened to me. That's kind of what changed my life about 30 years ago when I purchased my first home. So I just, again, want to encourage you that, my first step is I had to meet with the lender. They gave me a little credit counsel. There's a few things I needed to correct and change in my credit. It took me about 4 to 5 months, I believe. It was 30 years ago, maybe 6 months. It was really kind of minor adjustments I needed to make, got my credit fixed, and got my first home. There's also a lot of down payment assistance programs, ways to get seller credits. So we're going to go over all that. So I hope you can make it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I look forward to seeing you there at our workshop, and I hope you have a great day.